So today we're taking a look at the PMR-30. This is Kel-Tec's 22 Magnum standard capacity 30 round pistol. And this is another one of those guns that, as I've mentioned before, kind of falls outside of Misha's purview a little bit. So I'll be talking about it today. But before we start getting into the details of it, let's go out to the range.
You're so light, it always scares me. Jam. I always expect this to stop way before it stops, but I'm still got the ammo left.
But nothing happens.
You're good.
Held open.
Cool.
Let's recoil those nines.
So there you saw us shooting a little bit. Now the trigger on this is, like many Kel-Tecs, is my favorite part of this gun. You see the over travel stop there? The trigger is very slight amount of take up, little creep, and then just a very light, crisp pull. So quite a nice trigger on this. The big selling point of this is, of course, the 30 round magazine. And you can see, even in the video, that we start shooting and it just keeps shooting and shooting. And that is both strange for a pistol, but also a lot of fun. Accuracy is pretty decent at close range. Don't have any problems hitting golf balls, really, at 10-15 yards with this. And it has pretty nice fiber optic sights, as you can see there, and a mount for a microdot on top. And one thing that I do not like about this is the slide stop on here is just that. It says in the manual not to use this as a slide release, so not to push it when it's locked down. My assumption is because this is a pretty flimsy piece of polymer here, so you're stuck pulling the slide back. Something to know. So for me, this is pretty much a range toy. So I'm fine with what it is. There's some weird reliability with the magazine. They say to, tap it every few rounds to make sure they seat properly. And if you don't, you will have some malfunctions, like one of which you'll see in the video. Interesting thing about this too is that I've had an out of battery detonation with this very same pistol. Now, thankfully, it didn't damage the gun. It didn't damage me. I basically was having a lot of malfunctions, and then finally had an out-of-battery detonation. I sent it back to Kel-Tec. They replaced the upper with what they called a Gen 2 upper, or a Gen 2 upper assembly, and it took about 2 weeks to get back. So wasn't super pleased that that happened, but I am pleased with the customer service. This is a lot of fun to shoot. In fact, it's probably one of my favorite Kel-Tecs to shoot. Has a heel release here, which is a little weird, but there you go. It's very lightweight. The recoil is snappy, but not unpleasant. And it kind of reminds me of a Tokarev to shoot, to be honest. Misha said it reminded him of the 5.7 pistol, which is interesting. But yeah, so just a little range review there for this Kel-Tec PMR-30. Like I said, I like it for what it is. I think this type of thing is where Kel-Tec really shines. Would I use it practically? No, but I acknowledge it for what it is. So I have some single action 22 Magnum revolvers, and so I already had 22 Magnum, so having this seemed like a no-brainer. Especially once I felt the trigger on it, I instantly fell in love with that. It's got a weird feeling grip. I'm sure if you have bigger hands, it'll fit better. Anyway, this is Jay. If you like this video, please click like. And if you'd like to see more from us, please click subscribe. And if you're interested in contributing so we can get to the range more often, please check out our Patreon page. We will catch you next time.